Hi everyone, this is my first makeup tutorial ever and I'm so excited to share these looks with you. In today's video, I'm going to show you 2 looks for the holiday season and I hope you guys really enjoy them. So let's get started. So I am going to throw my hair up because that is what I would normally do when I do my makeup. I never do my makeup with my hair down because my hair just gets in the way of everything, and I'd get foundation in my curls. So the first thing I do when I do my makeup is I start with my foundation. Actually, that's a lie. We got to put on some primer first. So I'm going to take some of the Professional by Benefit, just a little bit, to mattify my T-zone, especially around my nose and my forehead. That's where I get the greasiest. So now, after you've primed your face, you take your foundation. Today, I'm gonna be using the Tarte Shape Tape Moisturizing in the shade Medium Tan Honey. I got this during one of their promos. I got a whole bag of makeup when they were doing that, and I was surprised by this foundation. It's definitely a medium coverage, but it's buildable, and I like this one because it doesn't feel dry, but it's not super shiny or like a satin finish. It's pretty matte, so I kind of just put this everywhere, all over my face where I need to, down the nose. And then I take my beauty blender, which is really dirty right now, don't judge me, really dirty, and pat all of that in. So you'll probably notice that I use a lot of Tarte products. They're probably my favorite brand because they're cruelty-free. Their products tend to work very well for me, so I'm not an ambassador or anything for Tarte, although Tarte, if you're looking for someone, hit me up because I basically solely use your products. So this looks okay. It's kind of hard to tell, the light's pretty bright, but it's pretty covered, and you can always add more where you feel like you need it. So maybe on the cheek a little bit more, over here, and just continue to blend that in. Now this beauty blender is Target brand. It's not like an actual beauty blender, or it's not even a Real Techniques. Like, it's literally just like a Target generic brand. It soaks up some product, so if you're afraid of that, then I would definitely suggest using either a brush. I know some people use their fingers. My friend Connie uses her fingers, and her makeup always looks amazing, but I feel like I'm painting by numbers if I use my fingers when I do my foundation. So I'll use a brush or a beauty blender just to get everything nice and even. Okay, so now that that is done, I usually do my eyebrows next, and everyone has their own order to doing their face, but I do my eyebrows. My go-to product is the NYX Tame and Frame in, I think it's in Espresso. This pomade is my favorite. You can tell I use it literally every day. There's a giant dent in that. So I'm gonna do my brows off of camera and then I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so I am back. I did my brows off camera. They're looking pretty good. I actually don't conceal my brows to fix them, so this is just my brow with some of that NYX pomade in it, and I love them. My mom thinks they're too dark. Sorry, Mom. We love a dark brow. Okay, so next what I do is, now I would do my eyeshadow. So I'm gonna show you 2 different looks. We're gonna do one that's a kind of a smoky bronze look that you would pair really nice with a dark red lip. That's usually my go-to Christmas look. And then I wanted to do something fun with maybe a little bit of green for maybe New Year's Eve or Christmas as well, if you want to glam yourself up a little bit. So I'm going to do one side different than the other for the eyes. So let's go ahead and get started. with our smoky bronze look. So I'm gonna take my Morphe 35O palette, which is beat up because I love this palette. I love it so much. I use it almost every day. I've had it for a while. So what I'm going to do is, with a pretty fluffy, but still has a taper at it, brush, I am going to take this color in my Morphe palette and I am going to automatically just start highlighting my brow. So I'm gonna highlight it there. Then I take the lighter white on top and I go even more detailed and really get into the brow just to highlight it. And I do these, I'm gonna go ahead and do that with both of my eyes already because I tend to do that all the time. You always wanna highlight your brow and make sure that they look nice and lifted and clean. So it's good to do that just off the basis so you know how far to bring up your colors so that you're not bleeding into your brow. For some looks, it's really nice to bring it up to the brow for some blown out looks, but that's not what I'm gonna go for today. So now that I've highlighted my brow, we're gonna go in with a transition shade. So I'm gonna take just like a nice neutral tan on the same brush, and we're gonna go ahead and put that in the crease and a little bit above the crease as a transition. So there we go there. Okay. And a transition shade will just help even things out. You could definitely just go straight for your crease color, but I found in my experience that if you do that, sometimes it just seems really aggressive, and we want to look glam and beautiful, maybe not necessarily aggressive. Okay, so now that we've done that transition shade and it's nice and blended into the brow highlight, we're gonna go ahead and take my Juvia's Place Nubian 2 palette, another one of my favorites. This is also very, very beat up, so please excuse me. We're gonna take the color Kenya, which is this brown red color down here. We're gonna take Kenya and we're gonna put that on the outside and we're gonna bring it into the crease. So I always like to create a sort of smoky cat eye, and I'm gonna get a compact just to make sure that I'm blending nicely, but I like to start at the outside and smoke that first before I add whatever accent I'm going to do. And then I usually bring it into my crease and closer to the tear duct, but I always want the darkest part to be the outside of my eye. Generally that's what you want as well. So if you start on the outside, you get the most pigment there, and then you can blend out and up. So we're gonna do a halo eye for this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna also bring in the brown into the tear duct a little, into the inner corner. And I'm just gonna leave the middle section open. Just the middle section, just like that. So now that that's done nice and smoky, not too aggressive, and the middle section's open, I am going to use my Mar palette from ColourPop. For some reason, The front totally came off. You can kind of see the outline where it says Mar, but this might be better. Mar with all the names. This is the ColourPop palette. I absolutely adore this palette. It's also pretty beat up, but we're going to take the color, let's see. Let's go with some more gold than bronze. So we're gonna take this color. It's called Sorbet. And since it is a glitter color, oh, look how beautiful that is. We're gonna take our finger, and as you take your finger, you're gonna dab this in the middle section of your eye that you left blank. Oh, look at it, it's so nice. You know, put it right where you left the rest of your eye blank. And just kind of get it all around. You don't want to spread necessarily. You kind of want to just place it where you want and dab around. Oh, so pretty. Just a beautiful, beautiful gold color. Yes, yes, halo eye. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in with Kenya from the Nubian palette, and I'm just going to fix where any gold may have gotten into the crease where I didn't want it. So it's just a little smoky eye, smoky halo eye with a gold center. You can deepen the inner corner as well if you'd like. I personally don't like my inner corner as dark as my outer corner, even when I'm doing a halo eye, but this looks pretty nice. So I'm gonna leave this where it is right now, and you'll see why. I'm gonna move on to the other eye, and then we'll do some finishing up. So let's go to our more flashy green and red eye. I wanted to play with some color maybe for this other eye. So I've already highlighted the brow, as you know. Now I am going to go in with some more ColourPop. So I made my own build your own palette a while ago with some of their pressed shadows when they first came out. So I'm gonna take this red brown color. I believe it's called Cute Alert. I can actually check that for you. Come on, let's see. Cute Alert, yep, I was right. Okay, so I'm gonna take Cute Alert, and that's actually the color that I'm gonna put into my crease. And ColourPop's shadows are also super freaking pigmented, as you can see. So I'm gonna put this in my crease. I'm gonna bring it on the outside too. And I'm gonna bring it a little bit above my crease and just kind of blend it out, because otherwise it'll look real aggressive. We're not trying to look aggressive. Remember, we're trying to look glam. We're trying to look amazing. We don't want to walk out to a party or with family and have them be like, what happened to your face? So let's go ahead and blend that out. And I'm smoking it up toward my brow, but I'm not gonna go all the way up to the brow. So you can see that this comes up higher than this other side. Okay, yes, I love the way that that looks. Okay, so now that that's done, we're gonna do a cut crease on this side. So I'm gonna take some old concealer. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof Concealer in the color medium. I like my concealer lighter. This is like my go-to everyday concealer. As you can see, I've used it pretty much up. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a flat brush that looks like this. Ooh, I'm gonna take a flat brush, I'm gonna run it through my concealer and just grab it on the brush. And then I'm going to, let's see if I can get close to the camera for this. Here we come. I'm going to run it everywhere that I want to put a different color. So I'm gonna cut my crease with the concealer. Oh, and I messed up there. But it can get messy, but you can always fix it. You may want to use a concealer that's not as creamy as this one. I think the creamier it is, the easier it'll crease and maybe get messy. But this isn't anything I can't fix, so I'm not super worried. So basically I covered most of my eyelid with concealer, but not past the crease. So that's why we call it a cut crease. Oh my God, my fridge is making obscene noises. It sounds like someone's trying to get out of it. Ooh, spooky. So I'm gonna go back in and just clean it up with that ColourPop color that I used before, the Cutie Alert, one of those two. So I'm gonna go back in with that, and I'm going to just put it back on where I don't want a different color, and I'm gonna run it through the crease again just to clean up where I got concealer. Really get in there. Come on. There we go. Okay. So that's a little better. Now, I'm gonna go back in with a different ColourPop color. And I don't even know what it's called. Hold on. Let me check. Oh, you're really stuck in that pan. This one's called a Sideline. Sideline, and it is this duochrome green color. So with Sideline, I'm gonna take my flat brush that I put my concealer on. I'm gonna pack it onto this brush, and I'm going to just put it where I put the concealer. And you can see I'm not dragging it. I'm patting it onto the concealed part of my eye. Now let's see, a finger sometimes works better. There we go. Yes, use a finger. Screw the flat brush, use a finger. So look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, is that not festive or what? I'm dead. Okay, so now that I've packed that on, wow, that's stunning. I haven't used this color in a while. I'm so happy. So there's that. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. I'm so happy with that. Look at it. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with a darker brown color. I'm gonna go back into my Morphe 350 palette. Let's see, where's my darkest brown? Let's go ahead and take, let's go with this color brown. And I'm just gonna deepen my outer corner a little bit. Right. Yay, I like that. Okay. So as you can tell, I haven't done anything to my lower lash lines yet. Just hold your horses, okay? We're getting there. So the reason I don't do anything to my lower lash line is because I haven't put my concealer on yet. And I don't put my concealer on until after I do the majority of my eye because I don't want to get any fallout on my face. And have to like try and clean it up after I've already put concealer on and blush and all those things. So I tend to wait to do all of that until after I've done the majority of my eye. So let me just finish blending this out. Oh, I think that looks so nice. Yes, I look like a Thin Mint. Doesn't it look like a Thin Mint? Oh, And this one, maybe that's a Samoa. This one's a Samoa and this one's a Thin Mint. It's not Girl Scout season, but it is on my face. So I think our upper eyes are done. So I'm going to take my go-to concealer, which I said is the Amazonian Clay Waterproof Concealer by Tarte. I wear it in the color medium. I like colors or concealers that are way lighter than my actual skin because it also acts as a highlighter. So I'm just gonna run this under my eyes, down my nose, anywhere basically I want to highlight my face. So you're gonna look like a tribal princess for a little bit. That's okay. Or prince or priestess, maybe. Or you just look like a person. You know, we're all people. So then I go ahead and I pat that in with a flat top brush. It's very flat. And you don't want to swipe. With most of your makeup, you don't want to swipe. You're just going to be taking makeup off if you do that. So you want to pat it in. You can do this with a beauty blender. You could do it with your finger. I like to do a brush. I like to use it to clean up the line of my eyeshadow as well. So there's that. This is definitely not a full coverage concealer. It is, I would say, a medium coverage, like a pretty decent light to medium. I don't have very many blemishes. Thank goodness my skin is pretty even tempered. I do have under eye circles, but I like something that's a little bit more natural in the coverage department. So, I mean, there are some times, don't get me wrong, where like, I'm like, this needs to be gone. This needs to be covered. But generally, I just like a natural, medium, buildable coverage concealer. And this one is so creamy. I love it. All right, so we look pretty blended into it. I don't know what's going on with this cheek. It's also like very warm. This cheek is also very, very warm right now. And you can see that. Look at that red. What is happening? Go away. Go away. Let's see. Is it gonna go away? There we go. Okay. Oh, and by the way, this is a birthmark. Whenever I'm warm, it gets red. So I'm not like breaking out. My skin's not reacting to anything badly. It's just who I am. It's just me. Okay, so that looks good. I'm pretty full coveraged. I just created a new verb. I have the coverage that I want. We'll put it that way. So now I'm gonna take a fluffy brush. I'm gonna take some CoverGirl Clean Professional Medium Translucent powder, and I am going to put that on this brush. Ooh, this is a brand new one, so there's so much coming out. I'd be careful with this powder. It can get kind of messy, but I'm just gonna run that under the eyes. You can bake with this, or you can just run it over your whole face to just kind of set everything in place. I'm not gonna bake today, so I'm just gonna run it over my face. But if you're looking for like full setting powder, this is good. Just bake with it instead of run it over your face. I just inhaled that. Yeah, don't do that. But it smells nice, at least. It smells very clean. And this just kind of mattifies everything. Like I said, I get greasy over the course of the day. So I like just to kind of finish everything off with this powder. Make sure everything stays in place. Ooh, do you hear the po potion now? Not coming for me. or maybe they're coming for me for how sickening I look. I hate myself, but I also love myself. So there's that. We're coming together nicely, my friends. All right, so once you're set, this is when I finish my eyes. So I'm going to take a smaller brush, which is here somewhere, and I'm gonna go back into Kenya in my Nubian palette, which is this dark reddish plummy brown. I don't know, it's a bunch of colors all mixed together. And I'm going to run that along the bottom lash line to just smoke out my eye a little bit and just make it more cohesive rather than just the top part. Ooh. So be careful not to poke yourself in the eye like I did, but this already looks so much better. So much more cohesive, and you can take the smaller brush if you want to, which is detailed, to like fix anything you might have missed or like blend anything in your crease. And the last thing we're going to do for this eye, let's see, let's go back into our Nubian palette. And let's go ahead and take the color Nairobi, which is this nice, beautiful gold color. And we're gonna take it on our finger, and we're just gonna put that on the inner corner. Now you can do this with a brush as well. Let's see, bye. You can take this with a brush as well and pack it in there a little bit, but you just wanna highlight your eye. And I'm actually gonna add a little bit of Zuri on this too, which I don't know if you can tell, but it's my favorite color. It's this like champagne-y, peachy color. I'm just gonna add that on top just to kind of take away from the yellowness of the gold and add some brilliance. And I think that looks so much better. Yes, I should have just gone with Zuri, but I wanted to give Nairobi a chance. We'll always root for an underdog, but I'm sorry, just Zuri wins every time. Okay, look at her. Okay, so we have one eye done. So nice, so pretty. Now let's finish the other eye. Let's finish this Thin Mint eye. Okay, so I'm gonna do something very, very similar that I just did. I'm going to take that small brush that I used to do the outline smoke on this, but I'm gonna go back into my Nubian 2 palette, and I'm going to take the color Egypt, which is this beautiful emerald green. And it's just a little bit darker than the green I used on my lid. And I tend to like darker colors on the bottom lash line just because it's smoky, adds a little sexiness. It closes the eye. It creates an illusion that your eye is a little bit smaller. So if you have almond shaped eyes, it's just gonna enhance that. Oh, yes, that color is so nice. Ooh, I just poked myself in the eye. That's okay. Okay, now we're talking. Look at that. I'm so happy. Looks so good. And once again, let's go in with Zuri. She cannot be disputed, okay, for the inner corner. And that's in the Nubian 2 palette. And we're just going to pack that in right there and highlight the inner corner. Yay! Okay, so before I do lashes and eyeliner and mascara, which is like the end of this tutorial. I'm going to finish sculpting my face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a contour brush. You can use whatever type of contour brush you like, or you could do cream contour, whatever you like to use for yourself. I am going to use the Tarte Hotel Heiress Amazonian Clay Matte Waterproof Bronzer, but it's matte, so there's no shimmer in it. And I use this pretty much daily as well. And I'm just gonna take that on the contour line and up here into the hairline, as close to the hairline as possible. I also take it down the jaw. And then just buff that out, and this just streamlines your face a little bit. Look at my contoured side. And then this side. One's like, hey, I'm a supermodel. I mean, I could be a supermodel anyway, let's be honest. But like, just like fierce. And this other side is just a little bit more round, okay? It's not contoured. But we're gonna contour both sides because I am that girl. I love a good contour, but I don't like a contour that's super, super obvious either, because, well, then it just looks like you didn't know what you were doing. Yikes. So just blend out your contour. Try not to make it too thick. You really want to follow your natural bone structure. So know your face, know where everything goes. I would suggest not bringing it down past where your jaw meets. So mine ends right about here. I didn't go down much further than that. And we already really highlighted when we did our concealer, so you can see I'm lighter here and here, everywhere that I concealed, and now I've added some shadow from my contour. Now I am going to add blush and highlight and lipstick and all the finishing touches. I absolutely adore the Saharan Blush Palette Volume 2 from Juvia's Place. It is beautiful. You can tell I love it. So I'm going to take, let's do this color on our Samoa side, and this is Tau, which is an orange color. And then I'm going to take Yara, which you can tell I love, on our Thin Mint side, on this side. Okay, well now that that is done, I'm going to add some highlighter. I am in the process of getting a new highlighter that I really like. So whenever I'm in the middle of finding a new product, I tend to use eyeshadow, which is not a big deal. It's actually really, really common. So don't judge me, okay? But I'm going to go in for Nairobi and Yara. Zuri, not Yara. We're gonna go for a medley of Nairobi and Zuri, and I'm gonna take that on a fan brush, and I'm just gonna run it over both of those and dust off anything extra, and I'm just going to highlight the top of my cheekbones and my temples. Ugh. It's just a beautiful, beautiful highlight. Yay! And I'm gonna do that for the other side as well. Oh, look how blinding she is. Oh my God. All right. Man, oh man. And then whatever's left, I tend to run down my center of my nose. You noticed I did not contour my nose. It's because I like my nose and I don't really feel the need to contour it, but I do highlight it. So I do slim it a little. And if you feel the need to contour your nose, then please contour your nose. Do what you want to do, okay? That's just life motto. Do what you want to do. So long as you're not hurting anybody else or yourself, why the fuck not? Do what you want to do. So I am highlighted, I am contoured, I am blushed up. Now all that's left is doing a little bit of eyeliner on the top to conceal my eyelash band, and then finishing that with some mascara. So I'm gonna do that off camera. I will be right back. All right guys, so while I threw on my lashes, I decided to put on some lipstick. Looks really kind of odd, but I thought, I wouldn't wear the same lipstick for each of these looks. So for our halo eye, I chose to do a dark red matte lip, which is Notion from ColourPop. It's one of their matte lipsticks. It's my go-to red because it's a deep red. I love deep red, can you tell? And then for our more thin mint eye, I don't think I'll ever not call it a thin mint eye, I decided to go with one of their satin lips, which is called Barracuda. So this is also by ColourPop. And it's just a really nice pinky nude-ish color. So I thought that was nice. But that is our look. The lashes that I'm wearing are just drugstore Ardell double wispies. They're my go-to. They're like $5 or $6 maybe, and they're just so glam. But they're not too over the top. This one didn't want to cooperate, but I love it. I love these looks. I definitely will probably be doing this one. I'm so excited about this one for New Year's Eve or something. So that is the end of this tutorial. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me take my hair down. Let's see. Ooh, we're getting crazy. Oh yes, but it looks so good. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial for 2 holiday looks. And my first tutorial, please let me know if you have any suggestions for anything I should do next, or if I should even continue to do some makeup tutorials. Like I said, I've always really liked doing makeup, and it's just something that's fun and a creative outlook for me. So if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe, and that's basically it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Oh, I stole that from Manny MUA. I'm so sorry, Manny. I hope you have a wonderful time in whatever zone you're in the world. And I'll see you later.